All right, coach, let's get started with your defensive playbook. So to see your defensive playbook right here in playbook and installs, you can see offense, defense, and special teams here at the top. So we can go first, you've got your playbook here, your call pool, which we'll talk about what that is, but it's essentially all of your defensive calls and when you like it. And then your installs where you can see who's viewed and who hasn't. So let's go ahead and into the playbook here. So these are your root folders, and these are standard folders that we asked a lot of defensive coaches about, and a lot of them said that they use a lot of the same things. So we've got defensive identity here, and this is what a lot of coaches will have just in general. We'll have this idea of who is our identity, and you can go through and you can click create a play, and to make it look really like a PowerPoint, you can click position and click presentation. And then that'll make it look as much like a PowerPoint as possible. And then you can actually get rid of these players. So you can say clear players, all, and then you can write on this like just like you would anything else. So like our identity. And then you can place it how you like it. You can change the background color. You can make the font size bigger. You can do all of those things right here. And then it looks really clean. And so you can go through and list how you would typically in a PowerPoint presentation there. And then we move into offensive ID. So offensive ID is the first step in figuring out what it is that the opponent's trying to do to you, obviously. And so what we use and what we would like for you to have are formations and concepts. So a beautiful thing about this is here are some test formations primarily. But what you can do is you can create your new play, and you can create the offensive play and name it what you want and all of that stuff. Or you can duplicate from your offense. So if your offense everybody runs spread, or what's one I don't have in here already? I have spread. I don't have tray. So let's say everybody runs tray. You can just click that, and then bam, there it is. It's already inserted, ready to go. And this really helps with scout cards as well. So you can do that, and it's really important that you do that because it makes the play creation process easier down the line. As far as concepts, it's the same thing. You can create your own new concepts, or you can duplicate from offense. So if the offense runs snag or bow or bubble, just like simple bubble screens here, you can pop that in, and there you go. And there it is, and it's ready to go. It's ready to be animated, and everything's ready to be done with it. So the reason why you have these, and you can organize these in folders if you want, and run game and quick game and all of this stuff. But the reason why we have this is because when we move into creating actual plays, say that we want to create a new front, you can just go through and you can click insert offense, and then you can select any formation from that formation playbook. So that tray, we can just pop it in just like that. And we can move it if we'd like to, but we can keep it there. If we want something else, if we want a full concept, like we just showed, we can do that as well. Just pop it in. So that's why it's important to have that. Now, how we organized the front stunts, pressures, coverages is in something called libraries. And it essentially is a unique folder for each front stunt, pressure, coverages is essentially your building blocks for your call packages. So you can go through and you can create these fronts. You have the ability to go through just as like you do on Huddle or anything else, and you can do all of this, name them what you would like, so on and so forth. And then when you go to create a stunt, what you can do is you can insert defense, and you can insert anything from those folders. So if you have a front, like say an even or an odd front, and you just want these linemen, you can just click that and it'll pull them. And that can be the building blocks for what you're doing here in the stunt. And then you can play with your stunts if you'd like. There is a feature where you can save a stunt. So for example, like we've got, it depends on who's involved, but this is the stunt there. You can just click that, and it'll apply it, and you can save a stunt and use it repeatedly should you choose to. So right when you do the drawing on here, it'll note that, and then you can click this, and you can click save stunt. Okay, that would be like something like this guy going here. Let's have this guy also going outside. So now what you can do is it says stunt movement detected. You can save that stunt and you can apply it later. Just make sure that you use the correct terminology for you. Like for example, these two, this is tan, and so that's why that stunt is called tan. Just make sure that you do that because it can get a little confusing. Once you're done with your stunts, it's the same thing. Pressures, you can have any pressure packages that you want. And then same with coverages. So you can do this. Now, coverages is where it gets interesting. So we've got a few things that we try to do with coverages when we're talking about basic things. So one thing you can do is flip the strength really easily. And that'll flip the strength of the entire defense in accordance to the offense here. And it flips the zone as well. So that's a cool little feature. The other thing you can do is you can freeze the zone. So you can do that and that means that this zone doesn't move. So you can go through and do this and make it press or make them off or whatever. You can show like a roll now if you'd like. You can do anything you want here. The beauty of all of this as well is that all of it does animate as well. So your players animate. And you can draw up other like routes and whatnot here. You can do that. Or one thing you can also do is you can use your offensive saved routes. So say, for example, that you want this guy to run a fade. Well, they've already got it as a fade. So you can just click it and then it's done. Same with this guy. If you want this to be a pitch in, they've already got it. So now if you animate it, it helps with everything else and you can hide it and whatnot. All the same. Okay. So now moves into the most important piece. And a lot of those tools are similar to play creators anywhere. The most important piece is the call libraries. Sorry, the call package. And so this is where your packages of cover 3, cover 1, cover 4 live. And so this would be a scenario where we list for player responsibilities in each of these, we list the front, sorry, I can't see, the front, the stunt, the pressure, the coverage. So this is an over front, and you have the ability there to say what front is, and then if you have any specific notes for it, you can put it here. Now, the beauty of this standard, we'll say standard over front, is you can save this as a default, and then every single time for any other play where you have an over front, it'll automatically pull it in. So even for this, for example, it would pull it in, but we don't want it to. But you don't have to type that over and over again. We'll save responsibilities really quick. Nice. So you can also attach a video link or something from the drive here. So your team drive, you can attach a video from there if it's in there. But all of these tools here work the same. We went ahead and done some work with zones as well. So we give you the deep half, deep third, underneath, so on and so forth, and you can just drag them in and place them rather than having to worry about them all being the exact same size. So hopefully that saves some time. As far as that, that's about it in regard to the actual creation of these packages. And these packages are really important because that's what's going to connect to your call pool. So the way to view this holistically would be, this is how we identify offenses. This is how the building blocks for your defense. And these are the actual calls that you would call in game. So we'll talk about the call pool next and then work on installs and scout cards in a moment.